there was your moment. Now you're on the road. Uh, I imagine you could probably write books just about that experience. But tell me just what were some of the high points and low points? What was like the coolest thing that happened on the road, and what was the biggest gut punch, if you don't mind me asking?
Let's see. So the hardest thing was that we were together 24/7, and we were all six of us in a 50-foot RV. And my husband and I had, at least until that point, had some sort of separation of duties. Like I had always helped him in his business, but really sort of as a like, I'll help you out with this thing. I'll send some emails. I'll talk to this customer. Um, but it was never like a true collab, you know? And so we really had some pretty nasty fights in the RV about things, mostly because I was always trying to pull back and take less risk, and he was always trying to push and take more risk. And so there was a lot of like finding that balance and me trusting him. I am well aware that he has huge amounts of capability. But at the same time, he also doesn't really know where the limits should be. And so he's willing to take things just all the way past reasonable. And I'm kind of like that voice of reason that says like, let's maybe not. But I had to learn to recognize where he was kind of talking crazy and where maybe the limits should be that they weren't already. So for me, that was the hardest thing, is like relationship wise, is like I really figured him out and learned to trust him in that situation. And then also, my kids were in there, and they're little and they're bored, and they just want to, they want to like play video games all day, which would be super easy to just give them a device. But I was also trying to be a good mom, and homeschool, like teach them something. And then you combine that with the anxiety of I could break down any minute, or oh my gosh, we're driving down this little tiny street and it looks like we're about to hit the cars. And like sometimes we would be driving through a city and I couldn't even like sit in the front seat because I was always afraid that we were going to hit something. So I like could sit in the back. So I don't know that there were specific incidents that were particularly horrific more than others. It was just the constant anxiety, like there was never a break. I mean, I just remember being like, and I don't drink, but there were many times I was like, I really could just use a drink right now just to like chill out, and we were pretty destitute. I didn't have health insurance. We lived off of like cheese quesadillas and yogurt and granola and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I mean, like my whole cabinets were full of peanut butter. Like that's what we ate. And granola bars, which by the way, I used to love granola bars, and now it's like, if I have to, like, okay, I don't have time, I guess I have to eat this protein bar or whatever. Cannot stand them now. Like there's not a single one that I like to consume as a result of that's all we ate almost for the entire time. So it was just that constant like nagging of like what could go wrong next. That was so hard and so stressful. And really my hair went gray during that time. I like literally. So high points. Really sort of just witnessing the miraculous saves over and over and over and over and over again. People just, I was always shocked to find how many people were watching who maybe never commented, who maybe never reposted any of our videos, never liked them. But then like out of the blue, I'd get this message from this person who's like, oh, I saw that you guys are going through blah, blah, blah. And I went about, here's, whatever. Just like being really surprised at how many people were rooting for us. But then also I think a lot of people were like waiting for us to fail. Like, oh, I told you so. Oh, I told you shouldn't go after your dreams. Oh, I told you it was going to be like this. So, you know, there was always that like wondering how many people were judging us that way and trying not to care about it. And then also how many people were watching and wanting to support us. So I gained like really thick skin through that period of like, you know, you just had to like not worry about what people thought. And you just had to do what you believed was right and what you were supposed to do and what you were called to do. And I became relatively bulletproof because of that ongoing journey.
I'm still working on that myself. I wouldn't say I'm thin skinned, but I wouldn't describe myself as bulletproof.